Alrighty guys, what is up? Welcome back to Bloons Tower Defense 6 with Lone Debater 7. And today we are going to be playing a map on hard. So we're going to do Cubism on hard difficulty today. You got to play through the map on hard in order to get alternate balloons unlocked, and you have to play alternate balloons round in order to get Impoppable, and Impoppable is the 4th trophy for the map. So we're going to get the hard mode out of the way. Since we're getting a bonus reward on this, it's kind of worth it. So let's dive on in. So this map, not too bad. There's a lot of overlap around here, so you can get pretty good use out of all your towers. There's a little bit of water, so you can implement like Buccaneer and substrats if you want. So not the worst area in the world. I am going to place our trusty tack shooter right here, and then we're going to save up for a ninja. After we get faster shooting, more tacks, and we'll get the second upgrade of more tacks. There we go. Okay, that should be able to handle the first few rounds for us, I believe. Yeah, and we'll have a couple that'll trickle through, but that's not the end of the world. But look how many times they come through here. It's quite amazing. Like, you get a lot of... If they're covering this little section here, this hourglass, they get so many opportunities to hit the balloons. So, I don't know, I think it's pretty good. But there's that. That tower is upgraded all the way. I do want to get the ninja down relatively quickly. So the next purchase is going to be our ninja monkey. We're probably going to put him like right in here, is my guess. Then we'll get an Adora down. And from there, it's pretty straightforward. Just kind of play through the rounds. That's what or at least that's what I've done on the alternate balloons round. Or, well, this isn't an alternate balloons round setup by any means, but on Impoppable, I've done a couple clears on Impoppable over on Twitch. So this is typically what I go with. When there's a good overlay or a place for attack shooter, I put that. Then I get a ninja, put a couple points into him, so we'll get Ninja Discipline, Seeking Shuriken, and we'll probably get the second top path upgrade for him as well. Then we're going to put down an Adora tower, and then we'll start focusing on trying to get a monkey farm up. It seems to work pretty well, like it's a fairly seamless transition. The reason why you want the Adora is they can pop camo, or not camo, lead balloons. They can pop leads, the ninja can pop camos, this pops everything else. So those 3 towers is very solid as far as an opening setup is concerned when you're playing on hard. The main thing with hard is since you have less starting cash and the towers are more expensive, you may not be able to put the towers you actually want out. So it's good to have a couple of these back pocket. Okay, if I place these 2 towers, I can make it at least around 13, right? So just so you can kind of time when you're getting your upgrades. And like if you want to make a transition, you'll know roughly when you need to do it or when you can do it if you're going to delay it, so you just generate a little bit more cash. But anyway, this seems to be working fairly well. So we're already at round 8 or 15, if I can read. 650. We will make this a hot shot or flame, ring of fire eventually. I think that's a pretty good upgrade just because now this will deal with leads as well. So anyway, that's my play on it. The bottom path of these, so tack shooter is really good as well. So it's kind of a question, do you want to be able to pop leads, yes or no? If yes, go top path. If no, you just want to pop a lot of every other type of balloon, the bottom path is better. Especially if you get a monkey village, this guy right here, tier 3, then all the towers in its range can pop any type of balloon. So that can be a viable strategy as well. I just want the ability to pop leads earlier. So now we've got our hero down. This tower is really strong. We can definitely get to round 39 at least with this. I would say round 40, but these towers here don't realistically have the popping power to deal with a Moab. But I'm just going to get a tier 3 top path ninja with 2 on the bottom, just so we're basically our towers are fully maxed. Like we could spend 38k or 3300 or whatever and upgrade them again to tier 4s, but we don't need to. Instead, I'm going to save that money and put down a monkey farm, because this is how, well, this is how I go about trying to have enough money in the late game to build your tier 4 or tier 5 towers that you need in order to get that far, type of a deal. So we're gonna try to get out at least one of these. Then we probably need to throw out a cannon tower to deal with the Moab on round 40. But put one there. I am going to use a power-up. I'm going to use the Monkey Farmer. It just makes these so much easier to deal with, in all honesty. So, yeah, that definitely something I do. And then I'm just going to go for 2 in the top path, 0 and everything else farm. Pretty cheap to do so. The 2 upgrades together are 1150 plus the 1325. So it's like it's a little less than 3,000 to get this farm kind of set up where we want. And I'm okay spending that. Now that that's done, we are going to get a cannon tower in here, so probably like that. And I think what we want to do is go middle path, so we get a Moab Mauler, and then we'll go bigger bombs on the top path. But I want to get well, actually, we'll get this upgrade, then we'll go Moab Mauler, and then we'll switch. Just because round 40 there's going to be one Moab. If we have a 2-3 cannon tower, that's going to be enough to take care of it. You know, mixed with our other towers, of course. But we need this DPS in order to get past round 40. Like, we handle balloons fairly well, but the Moabs or armored balloon classes, not so much. So this kind of helps with that a little bit. Now we're going to let this run because we should be fine for the next like 10 rounds or so. And I'm going to build another farm because the goal is to get 4 of these guys all placed up in here. So just 200 farms. I want 4 of them at least. If you get more than that, that's fine. You'll have more cash, but you do have to invest more. So just double check and make sure you have enough tower coverage in order to survive the round before you place another farm. Just I mean, to get them up to this 200, it costs about 3,000 of the coins up here. So if you don't have 3,000 coins, you can just wait and like save up that amount, kind of like what I'm doing here, just to make sure you can defeat everything. So we basically defeated everything without too much difficulty, so I feel comfortable spending all my money to get that unlocked as opposed to placing another tower. Let's see. Get like... So there's the Moab. I do have a skin unlocked. I played the Odyssey enough that I had trophies to unlock that skin, so I thought, why not? Let's do it. So that was the Moab round. Not too bad, not too bad. I kind of want to get this 4th farm placed before we put down any other towers, because we should be able to handle the round, like the next couple rounds, without adding anything. Just because having these 4 right here, it's really good. Like, you just generate so much money. It's crazy. Honestly, I'm going to go up to 5. Alright, cool. And now we need to go for a village to give camo detection to everything. So we probably won't be able to reach that one, which is okay. Yeah, it's just not quite large enough. But we're going to prioritize radar scanner. And jungle drums is good too. So I bought that first just because it kind of seemed like we needed it for the speed increase. But radar scanner is really good because now all these towers inside of here can detect camos, which is going to be really useful in the later levels. I'm going to actually probably do a super monkey next. I'm going to try to fit him in right here. I want him in range of this village, but I think if I get him on this little piece, he will be. And you can tell because they get the little icons above them. Yeah, he doesn't quite fit there, but he does fit there. Okay, cool. And this one is going to be made into a sun avatar ultimately. So we're going to put 2 in the center, in the middle path, and then we're going to put 2 in the top path, at least to begin with. Ultimately, we'll get 3 in the top path, but that'll be a little bit later. I don't just focus down and get 1 sun avatar. I'd rather have 2 super monkeys on the map first. But since we got all these farms set up early, we're generating enough money that we can actually, you know, afford these upgrades. What we well, let's just wait for this round to go through and kind of see where we're at money-wise, because I would like to get this guy up to Plasma Blast. It's only $700 more, so I think we will just save up for that. Because once he's at Plasma, we don't have to upgrade anything on this screen for a while now. Which means I can go over and start upgrading these farms to do valuable bananas, so we'll make more every time they drop. So there's that. And we're just going to leave them all as banana plantations. Sometimes you can do, like if you do this where you build 5 of them, you can turn the 5th one into a bank, and that can work as well. I don't have the hero unlocked that synergizes well with banks, so I'm not messing with it. This generates enough money for what I want to do. So we're going to upgrade this to a tier 4, and then we're going to upgrade the tack shooter to a tier 4. Cool, there's that. Then we are going to place an alchemist. So this guy, we're going to go top path, alchemist, and then bottom path a little bit. So max, we're going to go for a 302, I think. There we go. All right. Awesome. So this guy basically buffs all the towers in his radius. The village is buffing all the towers in its radius. So we're looking pretty juicy as far as coverage is concerned. The big thing that tends to get me or actually we don't have to deal with DDTs in this one, huh? Well, shoot, I don't know. What do we want to add? I think I will add a glue gunner. And if you make him a bottom path, he can slow down Moab balloons, which is really, really good, all things considered. So we'll at least unlock him, let him kind of tick through a few rounds. And then we can start looking at upgrading these to plantations. Alright, he's upgraded to what we want. We are going to change him over to target strongs. That just ensures that he's targeting the Moabs, not the small balloons. Because we want him to slow down the Moabs so we get more time to shoot at him. And now we're going to go through, upgrade all 5 of these to banana plantations. And honestly, we might, I don't know, we might turn one of them into a bank. We'll play that by ear, though. But we're doing pretty good. Like, I mean, the towers we've got on the screen are coping fairly well, I would say. I mean, we didn't use any instant towers or anything. This is just playing the game base type deal. So, pop the Adora ability for this one. So, sometimes I like to spend 3,400 to upgrade this before I do all the farms. We are going to do all the farms first this time around. I didn't make that a bank, so we're just going to go with plantations, which are still really good. Like, they're one of the best, if not the best, way to make money in the game. So, I'm okay with that. Get Moab Assassin. Then we get another ability unlocked. That's pretty juicy. Let this do its thing. Outside of that, I do want to put in another cannon turret. We'll put them like right here. And this one, I want to do frag bombs, heavy bombs, because this just provides a lot of DPS popping power, which is really useful on the rounds where you get clusters of ceramics like this one, and stuff like that, because it just pops so many balloons. Like, we placed him this round, he's already over 2,000 pops. That's pretty impressive, honestly. So, anyway, that'll help us a little bit, just to have some extra damage output. I also kind of want to put down a helipad, get pursuit, and then what you can do is, I think it's bottom path? Yeah, Moab shove. And also, we could go this way. Yeah, we'll just do this. That's fine. But we're coping fairly well, I would say. Nothing is really getting past this corner right here, so that is good by me. But if you're new to the game and you're kind of stressed out about trying the hard difficulties on the map, the main thing with these is knowing like 2 or 3 towers that you can place down, and you know that you're going to be able to get relatively far in the game. So like, you'll have an early game strategy. For us, it was, let's place a tack sprayer, upgrade it, then place a ninja and upgrade it, and then place our hero. So we knew the first 3 things we were going to buy. And then after that, it was kind of like, well, what do we want here? Do we want Moab popping? Do we want slowdown? Do we want, like, what are we looking for? And then we pick a tower based off of that. After that, I typically try to add in a super monkey sometime shortly after the Moab round, just so you have a plasma monkey out here ready to go. Then the big focus has been on farms for most of it. So we're on round 68. I believe standard or intermediate level, you only have to get to 60. Or maybe you do have to get to 70. I don't remember. But anyway, basically, we're in rounds that I don't think you play on medium difficulty, and we're doing fine. Like, we've got plenty of cash. We could throw down a tower, upgrade it to T3, T4, and still have cash left over, type of a deal. So this is the situation you want to be in for these levels. Now, like this level right here, round 70, really hard. Like, look at all these rainbow balloons, look at all these camos. Like, this round is a run killer, pretty much. So, like, you might be able to handle the Moabs really well. You might be able to, like, put out a lot of damage to one balloon at a time. But if you don't have the ability to spread and just, like, damage multiple targets, it's going to be really hard to get past rounds like that. And there's a lot of them once you get past round 70. So, like, 78 is pretty tough as well. So just bear that in mind. Some rounds are harder than others. I am going to get a second tack sprayer set up. Just because this guy right here, especially if we get the tack zone, does so much damage. Like, it has so much popping ability, it's crazy. Anyway, we also unlocked a Doris final ability. This guy right here, really powerful, puts out like a little beam that kills the first balloon on the track. So it's pretty strong. I didn't time it very good there, so it didn't do a lot of damage for us, but it can be really helpful on rounds where you get a lot of really strong balloons that you're just like, you're trying to keep them contained, more or less. But there is our sun avatar, so that is good. We are a little bit ahead of schedule, honestly. Round 74, we've got our sun avatar up. So I might go for the tack zone on that tack shooter. I could either do that, or I could upgrade one of these to a banana research facility, which would increase the amount of money, but we only have 6 rounds left, so I think it's best we'll just kind of let this play out, and if we get enough to upgrade this tack sprayer, we will. But that sun avatar is really good. It just destroys balloons that come through. The only other thing I would consider maybe adding tower-wise is another super monkey, but bottom path. so Dark Knight, because they do extra Moab damage. But other than that, I think we're alright. Like, these two cannon towers are doing work for us. If we really wanted... Like, primary training would make most of the turrets in this radius a lot stronger. So we're going to go ahead and go top path village, just because we have a lot of primaries in the range. It gives them extra pierce and pop ability and stuff like that. So if you have primary towers around a village like that, you should go top path. The middle path is really good too. If you get a third point in middle, then they can pop any balloon type. So if you're going past round 80, middle path would have been the call there, just so all of these can damage DDT balloons and camos and lead, and like they can damage everything. It would make our Ninja Monkey a lot more valuable, and our Glue Gunner, and I think it also will buff the Super Monkey a little bit. So middle path 3 on the village is a good call, usually, if you're going into the late game. If you're only going to 80, it doesn't matter as much. Yeah, 79's pretty crazy too, all the regen balloons. But we're handling it fairly easy. They're not even really getting to the, like, zigzaggy part yet. Oh, they will here because these are reinforced, but cool. There we go. I'm going to get the tax zone for round 80. We don't need it because it's just a Zom or whatever, so that's fine, but use all of our abilities. Just take this bitch down, right? But this tower is crazy. Like, if you want something that'll pop a lot, that is the tower down there. But there we go. We beat hard mode. Cool. Get our loots and prizes. And we did get enough to open up our little chest. So I've almost gotten to the gold chests. I kind of want to try to do that. There's only 10 hours left, so I have to play a lot today, I guess, but that's fine. So we got a bomb shooter, that's pretty good. Got a banana farm, that's pretty good. But yeah, so those chests right there are a great way to get insta towers. So let's go into the magic tree because I want to get this one. Yes, I do. Mana shield purchase. So now we have an additional 25 lives on every round, and if we lose lives, we regen. If we lose some of those 25 lives, but we don't lose lives for a while after, those lives will regenerate. So it'll be pretty cool. I'm excited about that. It'll help with like the alternate Bloons rounds and stuff like that. But anyway, guys, that was us playing hard mode, getting that track knocked out. If you enjoyed the episode, be sure to like, comment, subscribe as always. And until next time, this has been Lone Debater 7, and we will see ya.